President Harris to
India
do.
needs AstraZeneca. Will you make it faster for them to get the vaccine? The vaccines we will get soon. India, they're suffering at this moment.
What do you say to the folks in India?
Will you make it?
I'm sorry. This is the last question I'll take, and I'm really going to be in trouble.
All right, guys. So that was Biden probably, what, just a week ago, a couple weeks ago, basically saying that, hey, I'm going to get in trouble if I keep taking questions from you guys, right? He's going to get in big trouble, okay? One of his handlers is going to spank him, okay? Now, honestly, I wouldn't be making a video like this if it wasn't for the fact that this has become a common theme in the Biden administration. It's a common theme, okay? Because y'all remember when Biden literally waited 40+ days to take questions from the media, okay? And then he did this like virtual speech or whatever, right? And they basically opened it up for questioning at the end. And then Biden said something like, I don't know if I'm supposed to take questions, but if you guys want to, I will. And then they literally cut off the stream. They cut off the stream. Okay, that's sketchy. Just yesterday, he was asked about the infrastructure package, the negotiations going on with the Republicans, and Biden proceeds to say the same thing again about how he's going to be in trouble if he take questions, along with forgetting Kevin McCarthy's name and then walking out on probably the most important question, which is about inflation. Take a look.
Thank you.
What's your take on the end of your meeting, sir? Were you optimistic coming out of it today?
Which one of the 12 I've had?
Pelosi, Schumer, the crew. Infrastructure, sir, and in particular.
You guys are bad. I'm not supposed to be answering all these questions. I'm supposed to leave, but I can't resist your questions. I came away encouraged, but I want to make it clear to you. I'm encouraged not just because of a solid meeting with the Republican leader in the House and with Mitch or Senator McConnell, who I've known a long time and worked with. I've been meeting with bipartisan leaders for a long time now. I've met with gosh knows how many. I mean, and there's more than one single group. There's bipartisan groups made up of 10 to 20 members. There's been groups that I met with, for example, I met with yesterday with Kristen Sinema. I thought that was and she purported, and I believe her, to speak for some of the her friends who are both sides of the aisle about how to go forward with infrastructure. So I'm encouraged that there is room to have a compromise on a bipartisan bill that's solid and significant, and a means by which to pay for it without dropping all of the burden on middle class and working class people. Look, what's the one thing people are concerned about with the gasoline prices going up? Exactly right, and it matters if you make $40,000 a year. It matters if you're a two-family person that making $80,000, $90,000, two wage earners. It matters. And what I don't want to do, and this will be another discussion we didn't get into today, is how to pay for it. And if everything is paid for by a user fee, well then, the burden falls on working class folks who are having trouble. We're getting them out of they're coming around. But this has to be a burden shared across the spectrum. Anyway, thank you, guys.
Should Americans be worried about inflation, sir?
Guys, as you can see there, that's Biden essentially saying again, hey, I'm going to be in big trouble if I continue to take questions. And guys, this is important because there's a serious question to be had here in terms of who's running our country if the president of the United States can't dictate what questions he's supposed to take. Okay? Who's running the country? And we already know that Jen Psaki basically came out and said, yeah, Biden's aides advises him not to take questions. Okay? His aides. So, Joe Biden, are you in charge or are your aides in charge? I thought that you were the one that's supposed to be running the country, not your aides. Okay? Not your aides. Guys, y'all remember the cheat sheet? Y'all remember the cheat sheet at his first press conference? You know, he has a pamphlet with all the pictures of the reporters and their names, okay, and the questions that he's supposed to take, right? Leaving out conservative media, leaving out Fox News, leaving out Newsmax. Okay, y'all remember that? Everything is prepared for this man. You're not getting anything from him. Everything is coming from his aides, okay? Coming from his handlers, right? He ain't running nothing. At least that's what it seems like to me. But, you know, it could be one of those things where Joe Biden is leaning into this idea that he's going rogue. Okay, Biden's being a bad boy, right? Biden's taking more questions than he's supposed to. He's going off script, okay? This could all be a part of Joe's marketing. I don't know. But I do have some serious concerns and questions about why is it that Biden feels like he's going to get in trouble for answering questions, okay? Trump, when he got questions, he just answered them, okay? Whether or not he was prepared for them or not, he answered them to the best of his ability. And I think that we're heading to a point in our economy where Biden has to answer some serious questions about what's going on, particularly when it comes to inflation and rising energy costs, which is what's leading a lot of the rise in inflation, among other prices that are rising as well. Now, you would think that we would get some solid answers out of Biden's transportation secretary, Pete Buttigieg, but you know, even when he was asked about rising energy costs, he had a whole lot of nothing to say.
We now see gas above $3 a gallon for the first time in 7 years. Bottom line, what's your message to Americans who are worried about how this is going to impact their wallet? How long do you think this is going to last? And do you think prices are going to go up even further?
Well, my message is that we understand these concerns, that we've seen that in a lot of the impacted geographies that this is a real issue, and that's one of the reasons why we've been working with every lever of government that's available, and not the federal government as an island, but interacting with states and with companies to address this. So, you know, I can't speak to long-term energy markets. Obviously, this is a very specific and acute issue, but we recognize the concern that's out there, and that's why we haven't wasted any time to get into action, and it's why the president has directed us to be really thorough in examining all of our different authorities and all the different pieces of our respective agencies to be helpful.
All right, guys, so as you can see, Pete Buttigieg, right, the guy that's supposed to be in charge of this stuff, he's supposed to know. He just gave a 50-second answer full of political bullshit. Okay, that's what it was. That's what he said. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing. Okay. And this is par for the course when it comes to the Biden administration, whether it's from the press secretary, Jen Psaki, whether it's from officials in his administration, or whether it's from Biden himself. We're getting a whole lot of generic answers to questions that require non-generic answers. Okay. People want to know why we're experiencing inflation. We want to know why the cost of food is going up. We want to know why the cost of gas is going up. Guys, I kid you not. Yesterday, I went to the gym. Okay, and I go to the gym early in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Gas was around, I think, $2.80 or something like that. Okay, remember, I live in North Carolina. We're experiencing the gas shortage, right? I went to the gym for an hour, came back, gas was $3, right? It has shot up 20 cents in an hour, okay? In an hour, okay? That's, again, not normal, right? Now, I understand we're experiencing something extraordinary here with the gas shortage, and hopefully it clears up. But like I said, I'm one of these people where I understand that the oil markets are just like any other markets, right? Prices go up, prices go down based off global events. The Biden administration don't necessarily have all that much to do with it, okay? But that's not something that a lot of normal people and regular people understand. So it's important for the administration to be transparent about what's going on. But we're not getting that transparency, okay? We're not getting that transparency. We're getting Biden not wanting to answer any questions. And then when he does answer questions, he's not giving us the whole truth, okay? Just like when he refused to blame unemployment benefits as one of the reasons why people don't want to go to work, right? They're trying to blame everything else. They're trying to say, well, it's child care, okay? Well, it's the fact that these companies need to pay more. It's everything else except the fact that the government is incentivizing people to stay home in order for them to be able to create needs to push their infrastructure package. That's what's happening here. That's what's happening here. And I think that this administration not being transparent is going to backfire on them. Okay, it's going to backfire on them because I'm going to tell you, the biggest thing right now that can hurt the Biden administration is the economy. Okay, if the economy is bad by the time the next either midterms or 2024 rolls around, right, especially after coming off of a great economy under Trump, people are going to remember that. And most people vote with their wallets, right? People vote with their wallets. Most presidential elections, guys, are decided by how the economy is doing by the time the presidential election comes around. If the economy is booming, okay, if the economy is booming, then it's most likely that that sitting president, if they're eligible to run for another term, is probably going to win, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, okay? But if Biden tanks the economy, right, and we start to experience massive inflation, okay, prices start to rise, and we go into an economic downturn, which could happen. It could happen. Now, it might not happen this year because we're projected to grow. But if the Biden administration keeps pushing these policies that could lead to hyperinflation, then it could really come back to hurt them in 2024 and really give way for a Reagan-esque Republican to come through and clean up the mess. Okay, that's what happened with Jimmy Carter. Okay, now Trump says it's not fair to compare Biden to Jimmy Carter. But I don't know, man. The way history is shaping out here, it seems like it's repeating itself. It seems like Biden's lining himself up to be a one-term president and to have a Reagan Republican. Maybe DeSantis, maybe Trump, who knows? We don't know. Come after him and clean it up, right? Clean it up. Okay? So, hey, man, they better start being more transparent about this stuff because people want to know what's going on, right? We're having crisis after crisis under Biden administration, you know, including the border. Okay, now we have conflict in the Middle East. Okay, look, got to start answering some questions, right? People want to open up the economy and, you know, they're still trying to keep people locked down to a certain extent. And at this point, people get restless. People get restless, right? So who knows, man? Biden might want to actually start answering some questions or else, you know, there are going to be severe consequences in the future. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.